COVID-19 Congressional Town Hall. COVID-19 is a crisis across this country, and Missouri is certainly no exception. From the family farm to urban centers, every community in the state has been impacted. Today, in a rare event, both Missouri senators, along with all 8 of our members of Congress, will join us to talk about issues across the state. From north to south, east to west, we tackle all the issues facing the Show Me State. Many parts of the state are reopening, while others remain locked down. But questions remain. Is it too soon? What happens if we see another spike? And how will we pay the bills? Tonight, a statewide town hall meeting on COVID-19.
Good evening, I'm John Brown. Welcome to our COVID-19 Congressional Town Hall. Tonight, we're talking with lawmakers from across the state of Missouri to get an update on how each region of Missouri is doing, what still needs to be done, and what the future holds as we try and get back to some semblance of normal. This show is reaching nearly the entire state of Missouri this evening, covering 99 counties, comprising about 5 million people. This Missouri-wide town hall is being seen on Fox 2 and KPLR 11 in St. Louis, Fox 4 in Kansas City, Ozarks Fox in Springfield, Fox 22 in Columbia and Jefferson City, KFVS 12 in Cape Girardeau, and KSN in Joplin. And we have the entire Missouri congressional delegation joining us for this virtual town hall. From District 1, Representative Lacy Clay. From District 2, Representative Ann Wagner. District 3, Representative Blaine Luechtemeyer. District 4, Representative Vicky Hartzler. District 5, Representative Emmanuel Cleaver. District 6, Representative Sam Graves. District 7, Representative Billy Long. And from District 8, Representative Jason Smith. And we also have our 2 senators, Josh Hawley and Roy Blunt. Both of them are joining us from Washington, D.C., where the Senate is debating the next steps in the battle against COVID-19. Now, many parts of Missouri have been hit extremely hard with COVID-19, but other areas of the state have seen few, if any, cases of coronavirus at this point. But one thing is for sure, the entire state is suffering, whether it be physically, economically, or even socially. Now, here's a look at the gradient map of the cases, county by county in Missouri as of today. As you can see, the areas in dark blue have a high number of cases. But the counties with the lighter shades have fewer, with some of the counties in white having 0 reported cases thus far. So we've set the stage. Now let's begin with Senator Josh Hawley from Washington, D.C. Senator Hawley, thanks for making time for us today. Now let's begin with this. You've been very critical of not only how China has handled their response to the coronavirus, but also how their businesses are possibly harming American companies. You even filed a bill to hold the Chinese Communist Party responsible. What do you hope comes from that?
Justice. I hope justice comes from it. Now, listen, China is the Communist Chinese Party are the ones who have inflicted this pandemic on the world. They knew about this virus long before they told the world. They tried to silence their own doctors. They put doctors in jail, for heaven's sakes. They inflicted this on their own people, and then they allowed it to become a global pandemic. They need to be held responsible. They should pay back the United States and other countries, our allies, for the expenses that they have forced on us. Think of all the lost jobs. Think of all the people who have lost their health care because of this. The Chinese Communist Party is responsible at the end of the day, and we need to hold them accountable.
I saw the Vice President just said that, we may be approaching a Cold War Part 2. Do you foresee something like that happen where China fights back and says, we're not doing that, and then we get into a stalemate?
Well, that's going to be all on the Chinese. I mean, it's going to be the Chinese Communist Party's decision there. I can tell you this, though. I think the days of us sitting back and hoping that China will treat us better, those need to be over. And we need to quit waiting for China to be nice to us. It's time that we took action right now to secure our jobs. We need more jobs in the state of Missouri. We need to bring them back from overseas. We need to bring back our production from overseas. We need to bring back our supply chains from overseas. We shouldn't be dependent on China for anything that matters, and we need to be in the driver's seat when it comes to our own economy going forward. That has got to be a top priority coming out of this health emergency.
Senator, since this show is going out all over the state, we've been taking viewer questions. Here's one from Terry in St. Louis. She writes, since community-wide mask compliance has been shown to greatly reduce the transmission of COVID-19, why would Missouri hesitate to adopt a statewide requirement? Should we all be wearing masks, I guess, is the question here, Senator?
I think that it's really important that regional leaders be able to make decisions that make sense for their region. Missouri's a big state. And we've got a lot of different areas in the state. Southwest Missouri is a different place from St. Louis, which is a different place from Kansas City, which is different from Southeast or Mid-Mo, and you can go all around the horn again. So I think the important thing here is that every region be able to follow the guidelines and the staged reopening that makes sense for them. Needs to be a data-driven decision. Let's make sure our hospitals have capacity. Let's make sure we're getting testing resources to places that really need it, especially community health centers. And let's make sure that we're supporting, in a health sense, the frontline workers. But we need flexibility nationally. I don't want to see a one-size-fits-all national policy. I want to see regional leaders be able to do what's best for their regions across our country and across our state.
Governor Parson is urging Missourians to support Missouri businesses as much as possible so we can help rebuild our own economy. What can you do from the federal level to support our businesses that have really been decimated by something that's really out of our and the business's control?
What we've got to do is focus on jobs. We've got 30 million people in this country who are now claiming unemployment, over 400,000 in the state of Missouri. That is too many. So any further relief that comes from Congress needs to be focused on getting people their jobs back. And that's why I've introduced a plan that would get people their jobs back right now. It would help businesses rehire every worker who has been laid off because of the coronavirus. It would protect the job of every worker in our state until this emergency is over, and every worker in the nation. And it would give families that security of knowing they're going to be able to keep their job. They're going to be able to keep the health care they get on the job. This, I think, it's one of the most important things the United States Senate and Congress can do right now is jobs, jobs, jobs. Let's secure them. Let's get them back for the workers of our state.
All right, Senator, I know we only have a couple seconds left. What's your word to Missourians as we're trying to recover and get the state reopened once again?
You know, I would just say that I want to thank the healthcare professionals and the people who are on the front lines who have made it possible for us to be where we are today. And I want to thank the folks of Missouri. We are bending the curve here. We are going to break the back of this epidemic. We are going to be victorious. There's no doubt about it. And we're all in it together. So we're going to stand strong. I have every confidence that Missouri is going to emerge from this stronger than we were before. And I hope that we will continue to do our part. I know I'm going to in Washington to make sure that we get jobs back for the people of our state, that we secure our critical jobs going forward. We stand up to China and we do what is necessary to protect our state.
Again, Missouri Senator Josh Hawley up in Washington, D.C. Thanks for your time today. And coming up later in the show, we'll talk with Senator Roy Blunt to discuss his new proposal that's making some national news today regarding a vaccine and treatment. Now let's focus on specific portions of the state. We're going to go across the entire state tonight. Congressman Lacy Clay is District 1. He represents the St. Louis area, which is by far the hardest hit portion of the state. Congressman, thanks for joining us. You are at Christian Northeast Hospital this evening. First of all, give us an update on what's happening in your district as you continue to deal with really such a high volume of cases there.
Thanks for having us on this congressional town hall, John. And I'm coming to you live tonight from the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic in Missouri, North St. Louis County. After tonight's town hall meeting, I'll be helping a local restaurant provide a special dinner for all our healthcare heroes who work here at Christian Hospital on the front lines of this emergency. And as of tonight, St. Louis City and County, we've recorded almost 5,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases and almost 300 deaths. And this community is experiencing an unprecedented public health crisis, unlike anything that we have seen in over a century.
You know, Congressman, we've heard a lot about the CARES Act, which you've been a part of, the Paycheck Protection Program as well. We're now finding out that those aren't covering everything nor everyone. You are on the Financial Services Committee, so what would you like to see future legislation do to help people in your district recover really in the most efficient manner possible?
Well, the Financial Services Committee is incorporating into CARES Act 2 some of what was left out and some of the holes that we didn't fill in the CARES Act 1. And one was a lesson that we learned from the 2008 housing crisis, and that was to prevent the foreclosure crisis from happening. So Chairwoman Maxine Waters and I have introduced the bill to stop all evictions, to help landlords out through forbearance and to stop all foreclosure for a year after this, until this pandemic is over. And we think that will go a long way in keeping people in their homes, keeping renters in their apartments, and helping the landlords who are also under stress, because they still have to pay those property taxes.
Yeah, Congressman, that's a huge issue, especially in St. Louis with what people are facing, not paying their rent, not paying the mortgages here. We got one more for you here very quickly. Viewer question. Michael from St. Louis says, what do you say to people who may think this is being blown out of proportion? You've seen it. What do you say to other people who aren't seeing it?
Here's what I say is that the Spanish flu of 1918 and 19 went through a period initially where there were deaths that occurred and infections. Then we dropped our guard in this country, and hundreds of thousands or more Americans died. So I don't want to see that happen again. And I say to all Missourians, let's follow the medical advice of public health professionals, of the CDC. Follow the guidance and wear your mask.
All right.
Protect others.
All right, Congressman, we're going to have to leave it on that one. I'm going to have to cut you. Okay, sound good. Congressman, we're going to have to cut you right there because we got to get to all the other delegates. Appreciate your time tonight, Congressman Lacy Clay. We're now going to head to the western part of the state and District 4. That's where we find Representative Vicki Hartzler. Now, Congresswoman, you have the state's largest university in your district. We're, of course, talking about Mizzou. We have a lot of parents and students watching right now wondering what the future looks like this fall. So what can you tell us about the conversations that you've had with the university officials?
Well, they are taking the steps necessary to make sure that our students still have the best education possible. This has been a challenge for them. It's been a challenge for the students as they've had to return home and have their semesters cut short, and they had to complete their classes online. The university has given $25 million back in tuition and housing fees, and has taken a financial toll. So they're in the process of looking at what steps need to be taken to keep them financially strong. The president has said he's going to have to look at realignment, restructuring, and other steps. The administration has taken pay cuts themselves, and many of the staff members and faculty have been furloughed or have had pay cuts. But they are determined to make sure that this university continues to be the flagship university in our state. And I think there's a lot of hope that next fall, everything will be able to return pretty much back to normal. Students will be able to go back on campus, and we'll be able to move forward as a university.
Yeah, I'm sure parents and students are both very hopeful that that happens. Okay, you have an interesting district because you have Whiteman Air Force Base and Fort Leonard Wood in your district, and you're also on the Armed Services Committee. What special precautions are taking place to make sure that our military members are still training while also remaining safe?
Right. It's very important that we do both, for sure. Down at Fort Leonard Wood, they're still accepting recruits. Of course, that's one of our premier basic training sites for our Army. And they're taking special precaution with these recruits as they come on board. They're closely monitored for a couple of weeks. If there's an individual that shows symptoms or health problems, they are isolated and in a special barracks, and they receive special medical care and attention and monitored by medical personnel. And the recruits are wearing face masks, they're practicing social distancing, but the mission continues, and it is vital. We cannot stop our national defenses, our ability to train our recruits. On Whiteman Air Force Base, they too have limited access to the installation itself, but the training missions are continuing. The maintainers are wearing face masks. They've changed the way that they are doing debriefings over the radio versus maybe in person. They've had individuals come back from the Spring Bomber Task Force deployment, and they were isolated for 14 days. So they're taking extra precautions. but yet still keeping their eyes on the mission and making sure that our nation stays safe.
All right, very quickly here, question from a viewer. Missouri, of course, one of the nation's top producers of food. Your district is key to that production. Colleen from Clinton asked, what is Congress doing to protect our food supply? And Congresswoman, we only have about 30 seconds to about a minute. What do you say to her?
Well, there is provisions in the CARES Act to support our farmers who've been especially hit. And then we're looking at our meat packing plants and doing everything we can to, one, make sure that the workers stay safe, and two, make sure that these plants can continue to stay open so that that food product ends up on our grocery shelves and our consumers are able to buy it and put it on our families' tables.
Once again, Representative Vicki Hartzler, 4th District of Missouri, we appreciate your time tonight. Well, as we know, Missouri attracts millions of tourists each and every year to places like Lake of the Ozarks and Branson. Still to come, we speak with a Missouri lawmaker who's on the president's task force on reopening the economy to see what the future holds for one of our state's biggest industries. When will we be able to have those big gatherings and big events once again in the state? And Senator Roy Blunt made big news this week when he announced that the federal government is going to fast-track drug production and vaccine development. So they're going to do it Shark Tank style. We have much more to come with our full congressional delegation all in one place. You're watching the COVID-19 Congressional Town Hall.